Even before oil prices started to fall in the summer of 2014, the U.S. onshore business, by which I really mean shale gas and tight oil, really took a number of different ways of working in order to be successful. So the onshore business is about being nimble. It's about making fast decisions. It's about breaking down silos between functions so that everyone in the company is focused on the bottom line all the time. The companies that had developed over time different ways of working that were maybe more functionally oriented, focused on how we deliver successful major projects offshore, those companies, when they entered the shales and the tight oils, have tended to struggle a bit. They've seen higher costs than their peers. They've seen longer cycle times. They've been slower to understand the reservoir. And so that's led to a lot of the differences between the companies that have been successful and those who haven't so far. Now, with the recent decline in the oil price, that's only exacerbated the problem and shined a bigger spotlight on those differences. And so it's even more important now to focus on two main topics. The first is well productivity. Most of the wells that are drilled in the shales really have relatively low recovery rates, and that's not likely to be the case forever, right? So the companies who can figure out how to get those recovery factors up, there's a lot of money on the table for companies who can make those sorts of strides. The other area, as always, but even more importantly now, is a focus on cost. For the most part, oil companies focused on bringing down drilling times and optimizing completions as the main way to get cost out. But the reality is those two factors really only make up a portion of the total cost bar if you think about all-in production cost per barrel of oil. And so there's a need for a much more deliberate focus, in addition to drilling completions, on operating cost in the field, on transportation and logistics costs, on OPEX in the office, and on overheads, if you're going to actually get costs down below where you need to be to make money in an oil price environment like we have today. So some people might say, well, why can't we just wait until oil prices recover and then it won't be such an important area to focus on anymore. But the reality is the companies that weather this storm the best are going to be the ones that emerge the strongest in the future when prices do recover, whether that's a year from now or 5 years from now.